Welcome back to English Sound, the podcast where you train your English listening while discovering real strategies to study smarter, work better, and live with more focus. Today's topic is one of the biggest struggles for students and professionals alike: how to manage time in a smart way. Maybe you've felt this before. You sit at your desk with a long to-do list, and somehow the day passes but most of the important tasks are still unfinished. You wonder where the hours went, you feel guilty for wasting time, and you promise yourself that tomorrow will be different. But here's the truth: if you don't change the way you structure your time, tomorrow will look exactly like today. The good news is, there are practical methods that can help you take control of your hours, keep your focus sharp, and avoid that constant cycle of stress and procrastination. In this episode, I'll share two powerful techniques that thousands of students and professionals use to boost productivity: the Pomodoro Technique and time blocking. These are not complicated theories, they are simple systems that you can start applying right away. Let's begin with the Pomodoro Technique. The idea is surprisingly simple. You break your study or work session into 25 minutes of focused work, followed by a 5-minute break. Each 25-minute session is called a Pomodoro. After 4 Pomodoros, you take a longer break, maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Why does this work? Because your brain can only concentrate deeply for a limited time before it starts to lose focus. By working in short, intense bursts and then resting, you maintain a higher level of concentration throughout the day. Imagine you're studying vocabulary or preparing for an exam. Instead of trying to sit for 2 or 3 hours straight, you set a timer for 25 minutes, give it your full attention, then reward yourself with a small pause. During those breaks, you can stretch, drink water, or just breathe. This rhythm keeps your energy up and prevents burnout. In fact, research shows that frequent breaks improve memory retention, which means you remember more of what you study. So, the Pomodoro Technique is not just about working, it's about working smarter. But what if your tasks are not small, but big and complex? That's where time blocking comes in. Time blocking is the practice of dividing your day into blocks of time, each dedicated to a specific task or group of tasks. Instead of keeping a long to-do list and hoping you'll find time for everything, you actually schedule your work into your calendar. For example, from 9 to 10:30, you focus only on writing an essay. From 10:30 to 11 o'clock, you check emails. From 11 to 1 o'clock, you prepare for a presentation. By assigning tasks to fixed blocks, you create structure and eliminate the guesswork of what should I do next. It also helps protect your focus from distractions, because when the time block is active, you commit fully to that task, and you don't allow yourself to multitask or switch. Many successful entrepreneurs, writers, and even CEOs use time blocking to make sure their priorities actually get done. Now, you might be asking yourself, which method should I use? The answer depends on your personality and the type of work you're doing. If you struggle with procrastination and need short bursts of motivation, Pomodoro can be your best friend. It makes tasks less intimidating because you only need to focus for 25 minutes at a time. If, on the other hand, you have big projects that require deep focus, time blocking can give you the long stretches of uninterrupted work you need. Some people even combine both. They block a 2-hour period for studying, but inside that block, they use the Pomodoro rhythm to keep energy high. The key is to experiment and see which method feels natural to you. Think about this scenario: a university student has to prepare for final exams, write 2 essays, and also work part-time. Without a system, their days feel chaotic. They might spend too much time scrolling on their phone, or start an essay but stop halfway to do something else. But if they use time blocking, they can assign 3 hours in the morning for essay writing, 2 hours in the afternoon for revision, and 1 hour in the evening for part-time tasks. Inside those blocks, they can use Pomodoro sessions to avoid mental fatigue. Suddenly, the chaos turns into clarity. The student feels more in control, and stress levels go down. Another example: imagine an office worker who constantly gets interrupted by emails and messages. If they keep their email open all day, they will never finish important projects. With time blocking, they can decide to check emails only from 10 to 10:30 and again at 3 o'clock. The rest of the time is protected for deep work. This way, instead of being reactive all day, they become proactive and intentional with their energy. Now let's talk about some tips to make these techniques work even better. First, always plan your day the night before. Take 10 minutes in the evening to decide what your blocks will be or how many Pomodoros you want to complete. This gives you a clear start in the morning. Second, remove distractions. Put your phone away, close unnecessary tabs, and let people around you know when you're in a focus session. Third, be flexible but consistent. Sometimes your plan won't go perfectly, and that's okay. Adjust and move forward, but don't abandon the system. Remember, productivity is not about being perfect, it's about steady improvement. One common mistake people make with Pomodoro is using the break to go on social media, which can easily extend far beyond 5 minutes. Instead, use the break to recharge your brain, stand up, stretch, walk around, or drink water. With time blocking, a common mistake is overscheduling, filling every minute of the day with no space for flexibility. Life happens, and unexpected things will come up, so leave some buffer time in your schedule. You might wonder, do these techniques really work long term? The answer is yes, but only if you commit to them consistently. At first, setting timers and organizing blocks might feel unnatural, but over time, it becomes a habit. And once it's a habit, you'll wonder how you ever managed without it. The beauty of these systems is that they free your mind. Instead of carrying a heavy mental load of what should I do next, you already know the answer, because your timer or your calendar tells you. This reduces stress and decision fatigue, leaving more energy for the actual work. So here's my challenge to you: choose one of these methods and apply it today. If you have a small task, like revising vocabulary, try Pomodoro. If you have a big project, like writing a report, try time blocking. Start small, maybe just with 1 or 2 hours, and see how it feels. Pay attention to how much more focused you are, how much less guilty you feel at the end of the day, and how much more you actually accomplish. Once you see the difference, you'll naturally want to keep going. Remember, time is the one resource you can never get back. Money can be earned, energy can be restored, but hours that are lost are gone forever. By managing your time with smart techniques, you're not just getting tasks done, you're building a life with less stress and more achievement. So take control of your schedule, experiment with these tools, and watch how your productivity grows. That's it for today's episode of English Sound. Thank you for listening, and I hope these strategies help you create more clarity and structure in your day. Don't forget, consistency beats intensity. Small, steady improvements in how you manage your time will lead to big changes in your results. Keep practicing your listening, keep practicing your productivity skills, and I'll see you in the next episode.